Yeah, I reckon we should quit it here, guys.
It's been a good stream. We had a good run.
There we go. That's the right one.
I mean, you're also very lucky I didn't read that post you put on the D&D page.
I mean, wasn't for you. That's fine.
Yeah,
It was, it was definitely in a Stars Without Number page, not a D&D page.
Yeah.
Was that? I didn't read. All I saw was, if you're in my game, don't read this. And I was like, okay.
I read it because I knew it was.
I was like, moving on.
It was definitely in a Stars Without Number game, and it's about my game tomorrow, not my game today.
That is like...
So you can go back and read it if you want. It's not
No spoilers.
So I can't.
No,
You
Lane.
can't read it.
Yeah, for example, Lane and Quack wouldn't be able to read the message they posted in that.
Are you saying they're stupid and can't read? That's not...
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I'm saying. That's pretty much... That's, yeah, a pretty accurate description. Alright, moving on from that. So we're back with week 2. We're 2 weeks in and we're already lost. I've already lost the number of weeks we've been playing. Wow, this is going to bode really well for later episodes. Welcome back to week 2 of game 1 of Legacy of the Lost. It's a D&D campaign running with my custom built world and an RP hack for 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. How's everyone been since last week? Has anyone done anything exciting?
Got a mystery injury. Woo! That's my excitement.
Possible fractured tailbone. Nice.
Yeah, God knows. I don't know what's happened.
Put some new tyres on my car, and I got new brake pads. It's pretty exciting. Yeah,
Jake hopefully won't die in his car now. Although he did smash me over the head with his boot.
That I did.
He shut the boot on his head.
Wasn't feeling great all yesterday, by the way. Cool. Moving swiftly along from the injuries that have been pushed upon our unfortunate group. Does anyone remember what happened last time we played?
I joined the guild.
Everybody joined the guild.
My power went out.
Yeah, Lane's power. To explain, also to explain, Lane's disappearance at the end of last week's episode was because his power died. And the really creepily in sync drinking between Abby and Lane there was creepy. So yeah, does anyone remember, apart from the IRL stuff, does anyone remember what happened in game last week?
We went to collect like taxes or something from that one town, and then Abby was the impromptu chief. Chief Guardian Protector. And she seemed pretty reluctant to stay, so she came with us back. And
you assaulted the mayor.
And we assaulted the potato man.
Yeah.
Jake assaulted the potato man.
I did it verbally, you did it physically.
I wouldn't say assault. I encouraged.
You used your PC powers to assault a poor innocent townsman.
True.
And then I smoothed it over. Now he's coming back with us.
Yeah, and then you guys kind of turned around from the talking to the. Does anyone remember why you went to the town in question?
Was it not to?
Because they weren't paying their tax to the guild that protects them.
They weren't paying protection fees. So that was a thing, and then you went to basically sort out why they weren't paying the protection fees, and you ended up assaulting some peasants. It was a good time.
I wouldn't say assaulted.
I mean, I would say assaulted.
You just punched a farmer.
I think assaulted is the right word.
I encouraged.
In fact, I think assaulted explains exactly what happened. You know, to the definition of assaulted.
I would say enforced.
Enforced.
Enforced your point of view onto the potato.
One punch would have been enforced, but you hit him twice.
Yeah,
it wasn't enforced enough.
It wasn't even self-defense. Like he did nothing.
He was just minding his own business.
It's like, oh, what's that?
Oh, I feel really bad for the NPCs in this game. Sweet. And then you came back from the town which you assaulted / enforced, and then came back to the guild and turned over the whatever money and supplies that the town had, and also brought back the impromptu mayor of the town after the real mayor got killed. to negotiate new terms with the guild. I think it was a successful mission all round. Now I've realised I don't actually have my player's handbook here, so I'm gonna have to.
It's behind me.
I'm gonna have to come in the background of Abby's camera for a second.
You ready for some magic, guys? Guardian. That's like I'm not lifting him up. Ooh, double voice. Ta-da!
Ow. Life hurts.
You just flipping the birds?
Wow.
Yeah. Oh. This is a Christian center.
Sweet. And oh, Sarah, thank you for the host. And for your efforts last session, did anyone have/achieve any goals?
I didn't make any because I forgot about that.
Ah, cool. Did anyone actually make goals to achieve last session?
Bring back impromptu mayor.
Awesome. So for completing the mission that you did accomplish, everyone take 100 experience.
Okay. There's racism in the chat, and I'm not okay with that. Yep.
Australians look alike. Hey, Lane's not Australian.
Yeah,
and me and Abby technically aren't Australian.
Here.
Yeah, there are technically only 2 Australians here. So, incorrect, apparently.
Sophie, we look the same.
And we're only similar in personality.
No, you're much
Alcoholism.
better than he is.
Oh.
Cool.
Destroyed.
Well, fuck, if we're going by alcoholics, isn't that all of us?
Yeah,
Aw.
pretty
Yeah,
much.
right, Gingy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so beautiful.
kitty.
Look at his tail.
Alright.
I've never touched alcohol in my life.
No, never. You're not currently drinking alcohol, of course.
Hey,
not.
Jake, look, it's a fox.
Shit.
Oh.
Watch out, there's a fox. Like.
Lane, be careful.
Sweet. Alright, so, what is everyone? So you've come back. You've probably been back in the guild house for maybe a couple days at most. Has anyone done anything? So you all have like accommodation, probably have like a shared bunkhouse. You're not important enough to have your own rooms yet. You can kind of come to and from the like tavern type area for meals and stuff, and everything's basically provided for you. Has anyone done anything in the intervening last couple of days worth noting?
No, I don't really think so.
I probably would have just obnoxiously placed myself into the life of what's your name?
Flavvy.
Flavvy, there we go.
I probably would have just been playing instruments, or like wandering off around the place.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm assuming nothing really of import happens over the last 2 days. So, yeah, about 2 days passed since your return from the small town, which is denoted on the map that you should currently be on by the red dot. The guild house being the little, it's like an X, kind of an X.
What's an X?
The orange thing is kind of an X.
Oh, I just thought you'd accidentally scribbled on the map.
No, the orange is the like where the guild house is located.
Okay.
And the town that you guys went to last time is the little red dot.
The red dot.
Yeah. So yeah. Then after a couple of days, the I think Davos probably finds which out of all of you would any of you been like hanging around the tap house at all? The tavern of sorts.
I definitely would have
Yeah,
sat
probably.
No.
No. Okay, so anyone who has been around the tap house. One day Davos walks in and kind of looks around and he sees whoever of you is there and approaches your table. So on this particular evening, who of you would have been there?
Yeah, probably me.
Mox?
What kind of time of day?
Nox? It's probably like maybe just gone like dinner, like just gone mealtime in the afternoon, evening.
Yeah, probably then.
Zon, you there?
My character doesn't drink.
Cool. This is a complete polar opposite for you. I love it. Alright, so everyone apart from Zon
You can do more than drink.
is in the tap house. And Davos, the short, stumpy Carvin, who is your kind of like handler, with his fur wrapped in furs and with his large battle axe strung across his back, kind of saunters up to your table. Says, "How are we all?"
Oh, we're doing fine. What brings you here?
Says, "Well, you impressed the guild leaders with your speedy accomplishments of the task they set last time. They have a more open-ended job for you. Something, well, different. Something they wouldn't normally send people of your... What's the right word?
Stature.
Caliber.
Stature? Caliber?
Status?
No, someone in your
Status?
position in the guild to do. Status works as well, yeah. Someone of your status within the guild to do. But they're looking to send someone who maybe wouldn't be associated with the guild straight away. We're in a unique opportunity. You might even win some sizable favour with the guild for achieving this task if you're interested.
Could we possibly get a bit more information on that?
He shrugs.
All
That's
a bit
not
obscure.
It's not my place to say. If you're interested, the guild leaders will talk to you.
Well,
I raise an eyebrow like I just did without it.
Okay. Says, fine. If you'll follow me, they're waiting.
Alright, well, I get up.
Yeah, I stand up and shuffle along.
And kind of as you all stand up, he looks around your group and says, "You're a man down. Where's your friend?"
He just wanders off sometimes. I don't know where he is.
I nod.
He kind of looks around. Do any of you
Like,
know
She'll,
where he is?
she'll turn up.
quiet.
Zon, where are you?
I'm literally just wandering aimlessly, so I don't like. I'm just seeing corners and I'm turning corners. I'm going through doors I probably shouldn't be going through.
Okay, alright, I love it. So yeah, as
So you could just stumble in at some
yeah,
Yeah, I
so
could just stumble in. I could be like.
Davos
in,
kind of shrugs, and he kind of leads you through, and we see the familiar passageways that we saw last time of the big open doors, and you walk through, and the doors kind of swing shut behind you, and as they swing shut, the noise of the tavern like dies out completely. You walk down this the same like long corridor, towards these like large double doors, which he pushes open, and we see the same table we saw before with the 4 guild leaders around the table, and yeah, they kind of turn to look at you as the door swings open, and Davos breaks off to the side and gestures for you guys to go forward. You 3.
I like beckon them forward first. I step back.
I'm gonna stride on in.
Of course you are, Mark. Alright. Yeah, so you all kind of stride forward towards the 4 leaders of your guild. And they all kind of like nod their greeting and so on. Where are we? This one. So I've added like NPC sheets to the game.
Oh.
They don't have pictures or anything yet. They're just names, races, and then genders. So you have like a
2018.
basic idea of what you're looking at, without too much of a image or description of them, because I haven't got that far into making the characters for you.
Yeah, I can't draw.
So
They're kind of ambiguous, if anything.
yeah, that's right. You know like the basic details for them. That's fine. And Davos is slightly more descriptive. Basically, what I've already told you, just written up. So yeah, you have those 4 meet you, and kind of the same like human woman who spoke to you beforehand to give you the last assignment. Kind of gestures down at the map. She says, "There's been rumblings in the south, a new power establishing itself, and, well, it's vying for attention from guilds. And guilds are looking for support. We're the same as the rest of them. We need if this new power, this new political power takes off, we need its support. We're looking for its patronage, if anything. And we're not the only ones. Guilds from all over the continent are sending emissaries south, towards the old Thalian capital. We want to be there first, and due to our distance, we're going to send you now. We would like to send people who maybe won't be associated with the guild straight away. We have tilts her head, and one of the other ones kind of chimes in, a bad reputation. And she nods slowly. Yes, a bad reputation among some of the other guilds. It would be better they don't know who you're representing until it's too late to step in. We're powerful as we are here in our place, but our influence is rather short for our liking. We'd like to spread it, and befriending a new power, a new monarchy, a new republic, a new collection of city-states, that would be the way to do it. And thus, she gestures to you three, and as she gestures to you three, one of the side doors open, and Zon kind of walks in and looks around. What do you do, Zon, as you open this door and stumble into this room?
I go to just continue through another door.
Oh, see, I turn up.
So I think the other doors are the opposite side of the room to you. So it's a pretty big room, right? It's it's a pretty large room, very high ceilings, pillars kind of along the walls, kind of like you'd imagine an old throne room almost. And kind of in the center is this table. So I think the only door that you would seize on is across the room, past the table.
Yeah, I just go to stride past the table.
Can I grab his arm as he walks past?
Yeah, sure. Are you resisting her, trying to grab onto your arm at all?
I stop. I just stop and turn and just look at her hand, grabbed onto my wrist, and look up, and then make eye contact.
I think the same guild leader who's been talking kind of looks at you, and says, "Oh, well, I guess we're all here now. So, what do you say?"
In the room.
I just look between the other three because I literally just arrived.
You have literally no idea what they're saying.
There's no downside. Why wouldn't we do it?
Yeah, sure, why not? I don't know what's going on, but
I think
Would you rather send more convincing people?
Excuse you, I think I'm plenty convincing, as I am.
The same one who spoke up before, it's a male servant, kind of looks across the now four of you and says, "Like I said, the guild has a bad reputation. It would be better not to let the other guilds know who you represent until you have been granted an audience. They will try to stop you. And it is a long way. Many days, weeks, months of travel. You have a long road ahead of you. We will try and give you as much support as we can. We have ships you can join. It will reduce the travel time considerably. But it is a long way for you to go."
So, rundown of what we're doing. Get to this place. Don't tell them who we are. And then what was the third part?
So the same one who was talking before.
Get an audience.
Nods.
They want to get an audience and develop a friendship.
Yeah.
We're basically
I'm great at
collecting
making
apostles.
Just yes. Establish a good reputation for the guild. This new power will be looking for people to do their work. And we would like to be those people. It is profitable for us. Expanding our influence through another faction's might is a good way. It means we have to spend less resources.
So is the goal seems to be like kind of absorb this other factions, so to speak?
So it's more like, so there's...
We want to work for them, I think.
Yeah.
We want to be their go-to.
Pretty
Yeah, I
much.
was gonna...
So like
We want
say,
them
can I
to...
insight check
by
the,
any cost at all, we kind of want them to kind of, you know, look to us for protection, sort of thing.
Yes, like you basically want to, like, there's going to be a lot of guilds and other people in the same profession as you trying to do the same thing. So basically you're trying to win over that this particular new power before another group does. They haven't really mentioned what sort of like leeway you have when it comes to negotiating. But yeah, they want you to, for lack of a better word, seduce this newer power into working with you over other guilds.
I think can we expect other guilds trying to do the same thing? Can we expect to encounter other guilds?
The Servant nods again. He says, "Yes, this is an opportunity unlike any other that has sprang up recently. We have been so divided as such, city-states working independently. A new unified power provides a lot more expanded influence through a lot less resources. It is an opportunity no guild will miss."
How are we meant to respond to other guilds if we encounter them?
The human woman looks at you again and says, "It would be better you don't tell them who you work for. Like I said, we had a reputation among some of the other guilds. If they know who you are, they'll probably try to stop you before you can get an audience. It'd be best not to let that happen. Only reveal who you work for when the audience is given. We have been told that the Empress, I think she's styling herself as, is accepting audiences. She wants a guild. She wants the resources that comes with it. She has a military force, but past that they know little of the land. They're a garrison, an Italian capital. They need people like us to guide the way, and to do odd jobs when necessary. I want to make sure that it's us who gets that contract."
Sounds easy enough if you ask me. Get in, make them like us.
Yeah.
Don't get killed.
Where on the map are we going?
So the X in the south of this continent, in the kind of like circle of trees, is the old Talian capital.
Alright.
Yeah, where the ping was.
Alright. I nod and turn to leave.
She, I think the servant who spoke before kind of like looks around at you and says, "Do you not wish to know with what bounds we give you to negotiate? What terms we are willing to accept?"
Yeah, no, I was gonna ask that. Like, what sort of stuff do they like? Like, what would they want to hear from us? Because if you just say it, I can spin a story if we're lying. But if you've got a truth to tell, if you've got, that also works.
Says, "The guild is willing to do anything," she asks. "We have people for any line of work, no matter what line of work. We have specialists, we have more general contractors. You can offer our services in any type of contract. Do whatever you need to secure the patronage. Whatever that means."
Sounds easy enough.
He nods. He says, I think one probably the Aravan woman who hasn't spoke yet says, you'll head east to the coast. We have a boat waiting for you. It'll take you down the coast to the south and drop you off closer to the destination. It'll be quicker than traveling on foot. When you reach the port city, I will use the gold we provide by transport, whether that be horse, carriage, whatever you can organize, and get to the capital as quick as you can.
I nod.
I bow.
But then I shudder and say south under my breath.
Alright. Does anyone have any further questions of the heads of the guild?
So, general question. What reason might there be for the guild name not being accepted down that way?
The servant who spoke before says, we have a reputation. We stole a lot of jobs starting up. It is dishonorable amongst many people in this profession. We, shrugs, don't have a problem with it, obviously. But many of the guilds dislike us for our more aggressive business strategy.
Insight check. Is he
Sure.
telling the truth?
Cool. There's probably a little bit more to it than that. But, like, it's part of the truth. It's part of the reason why the name probably isn't as well trusted as it could be.
Alright, I'll just let it go.
Okay.
Well then, if there's nothing else we need to
time-
know, and I look at everyone else. No other questions?
Time to kiss up. I
Pretty
think.
much.
The other guilds say
what I was
dishonorable.
thinking.
We say cutthroat. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, I think as you, like, turn to leave, the servant says, "You're going to go far. I like you." Like, looks over. Davos, give them the required materials. Send them in direction for the port city. Travel with them there and get them on board the ship. Give them whatever resources they may need to secure passage from the port to the capital. And Davos nods. Aye, can do. And he also turns to leave and follow you.
Right.
Everyone else, I assume,
I
leaves
turn-
as
So-
well.
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
I turn to
We-
Mock and I look at her and say, no catapults.
Maybe next time. But I do have a question. When we get there, do we have like a map or something? Like, how do we know where we're going?
Are you
They
saying
let-
this to, like... So, Davos, like... So you're asking, like, when you get to, like, the capital?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we just gonna be tourists asking around?
Yeah, like, so I think Davos says, never been
Maybe
to
a
the
traveling
Italian
quartet.
capital. Actually, he would say the actual name. Let me scroll up. I can't remember the actual name of the city. Where is it? He would say... Fuck, where is it? He said never been to Talash, which is the city you're going to.
Oh.
It says, you'll know when you get there. The Imperial Palace of Old is well built, stands out amongst the rest of the city. Even the noble quarter itself is lavish. You'll know where to go.
That's enough for me. Alright, so back to wherever we sleep to gather our
Yeah.
things, or
Yeah, basically. He says, I'll meet you back here in an hour. Get your things. And he strides off towards the court. He says, I'll meet you in the courtyard in an hour, and strides off towards the courtyard.
You done? Alright. We'll head on down.
Yeah, I carry all my stuff with me, so I'll just go straight there.
What are you gonna do about your big stag, Flappy? Is he making the trip with
me?
Don't ever part very far from each other, huh?
I don't want to.
Sweet, cool. So yeah, it's probably about a 2-day trek to the like the port city. So you guys make that uneventfully. It's a pretty well established road. And you see at multiple points throughout the road, you see like patrols of guild members, kind of like patrolling the road itself. You eventually arrive at the port itself. Also, everybody just go ahead and like tick your inspiration boxes. Because in this period of travel, there's going to be enough for everyone to get it multiple times over, and not enough time for you to spend it. So everybody just get inspiration. You all have inspiration.
I already had it ticked.
If you already have it, well, you know. Yeah, cool. So yeah, as you arrive at the city, it's kind of a low. It's almost like a dock town. The only thing here, the only people who live here are people who are associated with the port. There's, a couple of small inns and taverns, and apart from that, it's just the docks itself and a small guardhouse. And Davos kind of walks you straight through the town and points out a small tavern and says, "Wait there, I'll secure your passage." He wanders off towards the docks. So I assume you guys
They look friendly. Is it like a local tavern?
Yeah, it's like a small. It's still like relatively like nice. It's not like dingy or run down or anything. It's
okay.
Just, relatively small, like dockside tavern. There's probably quite a few very drunk sailors in there though, which you may have to avoid.
Of course. What else would a sailor be?
Yeah. So that's why there's a song about them. Yeah, so does anyone do anything? It's probably like it'll only be like half an hour or something like that until Davos arrives. Does anyone do anything in the tavern?
I don't enter the tavern. I stay outside.
Can I try to drag him in with us? Come on, you don't have to drink anything. You can just sit in here with us, make some conversation. Oh wait, no, never mind. You can sit there and stare directly into someone's eyes and make them very uncomfortable. You could even probably try punching someone. It may go down well. You might make a friend.
I don't go in taverns anymore, and I like play with a coin.
Oh, there's a story there. Maybe I'll ask you later. And I turn into the tavern.
I follow her in.
Is there anyone sitting around who looks sort of lonely, or like just sort of looking like they're maybe a little nervous? Maybe
sure. So there's like an Aravan, like the shadow person, like sitting at the bar, like a drink in hand, kind of like sipping. They have to drink a very specific thing. But they're sipping. He's sipping like a Aravan drink, looking more
smoking a cup.
It's vape juice.
It's just vape juice.
Anyone else? Just like groups of people, or?
Yeah, there's like a few groups of like sailors sitting around, like having a bit of a raucous good time.
All right. General question: like Aravans, how do they work exactly? Like what?
So they're when an Aravan is, they're more created than born, but they're created with like a almost, for lack of a better term, like a magical force that keeps them in their shape. They're like a inky, smoky mixture. but it's like bound into this form by this like, lack of a better term, magical barrier.
Force.
And then as they age, that like barrier starts to like break down. So they just they literally just like dissipate.
Just thin out gradually.
I'm literally going to turn into nothingness.
Yeah.
You just disintegrate into air.
Yeah, pretty much.
That is fascinating. Anyway, so anyone sitting around that looks kind of, I don't know, for lack of a better term, like kind of gullible or like maybe kind of stupid. Maybe.
Sure, there's probably like a couple of sailors. Probably 2 or 3 sailors that are sitting together around a table. That don't look the most intelligent of sorts.
Excellent. I'm gonna go and join them at the table.
Alright, sure.
I'm just gonna sort of stride up and slide in next to one of them.
Yeah, I think they're already getting a bit, worse for weather, drink wise. And as you kind of slide up, they're like, "Hey! The drinks! Hey! Oh no, you're not the serving maid. Who are you?"
No, I'm not. I was wondering if you could help me with something. I can't find my cat for the life of me. She came in here, she ducked under some tables, and I was wondering if anyone had seen her.
One of them like nods slowly.
While they're sort of like doing that, I'm gonna sort of put my hands under the table and cast Mage Hand and tap one of them on the shoulder and then make it disappear.
Sure, spend your spell point to do that. Yeah, okay. One of them like is kind of like one of the one you're talking to is like nodding slowly. Then one of them goes, "Ah! It's on my shoulder. The cat's on my shoulder." He's like trying to like.
Sir, are you all right?
Yes.
Are you all right? Did something?
So is there a cat on my shoulder?
No, I didn't see anything. You know, actually,
Oh.
And I lean in close to them. I've actually heard a few stories about this tavern. Some say it's haunted.
No.
Oh.
Jumped?
As soon as she says that, I'm gonna try and pick their pocket. That's what I'm gonna do. While they're in trance, I'm gonna try and fucking rob them.
I'm telling a story anyway.
Can you
Okay.
so Mark, roll me a what skills exist in 5th edition?
That's a good one.
Persuasion.
Deception.
Deception.
Like persuasion, deception, or performance, I guess.
Yeah.
Any one of the whichever
Sleight
one of the 3.
hand.
Yeah, no, sleight of hand is what Cardinal will be rolling. Damn. Okay, yeah, Cardinal, roll me a sleight of hand with advantage, man.
Performance.
Okay.
Is what I do best.
Can I use my inspiration?
Sure. I mean, you already have advantage. So.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Okay.
So.
Awesome. So yeah, I think you reach and like you can pickpocket like all 3 of them, and like you maybe get, let's have a look. You get like you like 6 coppers and like several IOU notes to certain establishments.
I'll take the 6 copper, thank you.
Tuck the notes back in.
Yeah, so yeah, I think they're all looking at you like in raptured like attention. Like haunted?
Yeah. No, I heard that about 10 or so years ago. The story is a young woman came in here looking for her long lost lover. She planned to run away with him but her father did not agree with it, of course. Her noble birth denied her any kind of freedom like that. But she ran away anyway, and she found herself in this tavern. And she waited and waited and waited. And some say he never came, and she was so distraught she,
No.
Some say
one of them
still hear
starts
her
crying.
wailing cries.
Can I
And I
use
go into it again.
prestigation to make a scream? Like a minute scream?
Sure.
I do that.
Okay. So yeah, one of them has like tears rolling down his cheeks, and then like, the other two, like the one who's crying is far too wrapped up in his own emotion. But the other two, like when Flavie makes this like wailing, crying kind of echo through the room.
Like, I act shocked as well. I act shocked.
Yeah, the two that aren't crying are like, oh, did you just hear that? That's her crying. She's telling the truth. And they're like,
I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping they'd have more coin on them.
It's like comforting.
Sailors.
It's like the one who's like crying. The one next to him is like comforting. It's like, it's okay. It's okay. We'll get you another drink. It's cool. And then he calls out. He's like, "Flavie, another drink for my friends. All of them. All of my friends."
Well, seems like I've bothered you three enough for tonight. Keep an eye out for the cat. And I just get up and I immediately head off.
No. Just drink. Just stay in for a drink.
I am green.
Oh, no, I couldn't possibly. Maybe just one.
Okay. And then the barmaid comes over and she's like, "What can I get for you lads?" And he says, "A round of... what did you drink?" Like looking
What
at
have
you,
they got
Mox.
there?
I'd probably just have like, ale. Very, very
Anything
basic.
with a bit of bite to it.
It says, "A round of ale for my friends. I pay." And like reaches into his pocket and like, did you just take the coin, or did you take like the whole coin pouch it was in, Cardinal?
I just took the coins.
Okay. Yeah, he reaches into his like his coin pouch and like pulls it out. He's like, he has all these like the like borrowing slips, like IOUs from like money lenders. He's like, "Oh, I don't have any more money. I'm sorry."
Oh, you know what? I got it, and I'll just pull out a silver. Would that cover it?
Yeah, that'll more than cover it. Sure.
There we go.
I'll
pull out a silver, and I'll just hand it to the bugger.
Yeah, and they all
get them whatever
cheer.
they want.
Even the one who's crying like cheers happily as they buy them a round of drinks. Yeah, cool.
It's the first con job in history where the people doing the con end up paying more money than they get out of it.
And I just go up and I leave. I'm assuming they're distracted by the drink now. And I grab Flavie.
They're more than distracted by the drinks.
I grab Flavie and I sort of like put a hand over his shoulder and I'm like, "That was a good one. Whatever you did, that was great." And then I'm assuming Nox or Cardinal's also nearby.
Yeah. I imagine they probably were tied to a table.
You could, I talk, you steal, you do all of the special effects. We could. This is something that could work. Fuck the guild. We could. We could make this. And then if we get into trouble, good old Zon can just punch him right in the face. We've got a good thing going. I knew I liked you, and I just sort of like shake Flavie's shoulders a bit.
I'm scared.
How much time have
you
we
get
wasted?
used to it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think at this point, the door swings open and Davos walks back in, and he kind of calls across the room. He says, "I found you a ship. Let's go."
Oh, just like that. All right.
I hurry out.
Was Zon just hanging around outside of the tavern?
Yeah, I was just loitering outside.
Alright.
Dezo.
As you do.
I'm just I'm a method actor. That's what I normally do. That's what I do in real life.
That's what you do in real life. Cool, awesome. So yeah, you guys move off towards the docks in this small town, and Davos kind of waves at a small-ish, like almost like a fishing galley sort of thing. And he says, "Here it is. You're home for the next week and a half.
Well, never been much of a fan of water, but
I've never been on a boat before.
I nod in agreement.
This'll be fun, won't it? What about you, Zon? Ever been a seafarer? Were you a sailor before you became a monk?
No.
Well, it's one of many possibilities. I'll keep asking. Alright.
I've just spent the whole tavern scene, like, kind of developing my character in a little thing that I will be keeping track of in the background.
Good job, Jake. Look at you developing your character.
It's something that I'll have to keep updating throughout, but...
Okay, sure. Also, a note, which I'll mention now, before we get too far into the game. Write goals. Think of 3 goals, so I can give you guys experience. Because experience is a good thing, and if I continue to give you experience, I'll be happy. So try and think of like 3 goals that you could accomplish in a session. Yeah, cool.
I have a question about like one of my goals, but I don't want to like let everyone else know.
Send it as like a private message on Skype.
And I'll check on my phone, so then stream can't see it.
Okay, either. I'm just gonna copy and paste what I've kind of been writing, so you get an idea, and then I'll write down my goal.
Sure. All right. Cool. So, continuing along from that, so he leads you, or he points you towards this ship, and an older-looking servant man kind of like walks down the. What do you call it? What's the thing that you get onto ships with?
Oh, the little gangway thing. I can't think of what it's called.
Is that it?
Is it a gangway?
He walks down the plank that attaches the ships to the dock.
Yeah, like the one with the little wheels and stuff.
I mean, it probably wouldn't have wheels. It'd just be like literally a plank. Yeah. But yeah, so he walks down that and kind of raises his hand in greeting. He says, "Hey, so I'll be taking you south."
I shudder again.
Yes, that'll be good. So this is gonna take like a week.
He nods. Says, "Hey, depending on the winds, a week and a half, max." But we pride ourselves in being one of the faster ships in these parts. We'll get you there, nice and quick.
That's good to know. I'd rather spend as little time on this ship as possible.
He'll I'll try not to take that as an insult.
Oh, believe me, it's not you. It's all that down there. And I point over the side of the ship.
He nods. Not a fan of the ocean.
Something like that.
He nods.
This is what we have to do, I guess.
We've had plenty. Don't worry. We can teach you to love her. She's a cruel but sometimes kind mistress.
Sounds enticing. I'll take your word for it. Can we just head up onto the ship?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I was going to say, are we not on it yet?
No, you're kind of like on the docks.
I mean, I've got like this stag behind me.
Yeah, that's what I was
issue at this point?
You get the impression that Davos has already gone through the particulars, because the captain doesn't seem surprised. The captain doesn't really seem surprised by it at all. He seems to like this is a thing that's happening.
The thing.
Oh, by the way.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a thing that's happening. I think I think he's fine with that. Like I think Davos kind of explained that. He obviously expects you to like, I guess, care for it, but yeah, he'll
like I've got stuff to feed him.
Yeah, cool.
Excellent. So is there a place like below deck where we go dump all our things?
Yeah. So yeah, the captain gives you like a brief tour. It's a small vessel, but generally the smaller they are, like the quicker they are. And he seems proud of his ship and his small crew. And yeah, he shows you around and he shows you like, you know, this is your. He says cabin. It's more just kind of a spot in the hold with some like hammocks drawn up. And then yeah, like he's kind of. I think they've probably like draped like a almost like a sailcloth over like a bit of rope that like separates you from like the rest of the hold. He says cabin, but he's kind of using the term liberally. And yeah,
totally cargo.
Yeah, he shows you around. And he kind of your companion Flavie is above decks, kind of tied to the railing up above decks. It ain't. The ship's not big enough for it to fit downstairs.
Yeah, I know.
So that's the only way it's coming. And then yeah, if there's nothing else you guys want to achieve, actually before you guys head off,
the cornermost hammock, of course.
So before you guys head off, I think Davos approaches Zon. He says, "Zon, is it? Haven't had much occasion to talk to you."
I tend to avoid that as much as possible.
He nods. He says, "I feel like you're the most appropriate person to give this to." And he hands over like a sack of gold.
He's not wrong.
I'm deeply invested.
You see me like go to grab it and then hesitate for a moment.
Yeah.
And then I take it and put it away.
Okay. Yeah, he says, when you get to the port, use it to buy transport and passage to the capital. It'll be enough to get you there. And it'll be enough to get you there on a fast wagon or caravan.
Understood, yeah. It's kind of a nod and like, yeah, I just kind of tuck it away. Oh damn.
Cool. Sweet. So yeah, you tuck it away, and it's a hefty weight of gold. Sweet. Yeah.
Did we get any other like supplies or anything?
Yeah, so he would have given you like rations and like you would have got that all from the guild hall like last time. And anything else within reason that you would have taken, like any weapons or armor, less so. I don't think they have an oversupply of armor, but any like weapons and ammunition and rations and stuff like that you want is available. And then, yeah, if there's nothing else you guys want to do, the ship sets sail along the south, along towards the south.